fork. Last year I got a spoon.
Next year it's a knife.
No. I sound very sure of that. This is a fork, John. That's what they just said. Corroboration from both directions. Is that a song request? Play some Hitler, man. Yeah, I suppose so. What was the first one I got? Was it a fork?
You brought
I brought one.
You brought it for
talisman.
I brought it. Oh, I brought the fork on myself. As in the expression, it was his own fork. Oh, thanks. Oh, wait a minute, that was at that big place, the theatre, the amphitheatre, the outside, the small place, indoors. The Palace Street. It was, I had a fork. I had my own fork. No, I brought my own monologue. Yeah, but I said someone had given it to me.
Me? You lied.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, I could have lied, but I had to cover up pretty fast because I had this fork. So did one of you not
I brought a spoon last night.
Yeah, but that was, when you say the last night, you mean the McCabe's shows?
Yeah.
You did have a fork.
But I wasn't here last night. Right, but did any of you give me the fork? Put the fork in what?
You put a knife in it, it comes out,
Right, so no one knows how I got the fork to begin with. It was that one, right? It wasn't a very good gig. It was the one in the Palace. So wasn't it? I didn't enjoy it much. So
Should have had the fork.
I don't. Well, maybe not. Did I give anyone the fork? So presumably, as far as you know, I've still got it. You don't know where I put it. Hang on, that's not. No, the original one had patterns on, but this is very like it. I'm going to put it with this one so they can bond. Hang on a minute. Well, that's interesting. They're different sizes. I suppose. Do you want to sex them, or should they just be the same sex? I mean, a sort of, male-female shtick is a bit worn out, isn't it? I doubt there'll be very much more coupling after that. And with things we've got scheduled, like gay reproduction and stuff like that, I think these forks could be a role model for a new monosexual world. Let's say they're both called Arnie. They like to watch TV and they're not very interesting, so they're not going to like this at all because I haven't got a television with me. Hang on, I'll put this down. Okay, I mean, do you want me to play these songs or shall I just carry on? It doesn't really make a great deal of difference. Oh no, I've started sweating. That's bad. It must have been the coffee. I was really dry upstairs. I don't know if you noticed, but my hands were real clammy when I came on stage. And yet here they are, liquid, almost to the point I'm unable to hold this shield here with my family crest on it. I'm descended from the line called the Jim Barnett line. Oh, okay, I'll turn the pedal off, so that's all right. We don't have to worry about that. Okay, I'll just dry this hand. Other one. Notice I keep this clamp between my teeth. In other previous generations, I would have been a pipe smoker, a reliable man called Edward. 3 children. I'm not going to start with that one because it's a bit depressing, so I'll do it later. This is the third song. Hey, Julie, as there's 2 mics, where am I going to put my hand? Like this? Or should I back further off?
Push it.
Push the mics.
Yeah. That, just the one.
This one, not that one.
Yep.
Okay, this is a crane. It's a crane or a stork. It's not called Arnie, but I sense it begins with A. Anita, Annette, Andrill. That's a nice name. Are you called Andrill? And what's your hobby? Trepanning? Andrill, are you hot for girls? Boys? Other microphones? You're a monotype. So you're happy to stay up here. Alright, Andrew. And your name is Donovan. You're not moving. Are you hot for anything? Absolute silence, like talking to a mummy. Alright, Donovan can stay there. Andrew's going to be a bit more mobile. Hang on, let's see if I can get my hand in. Oh. I don't have the confidence to play with this. Do you mind if I move Donovan back a bit? I don't know what I normally do with my hand, but I'm quite clumsy and I'm worried about hitting that. You know, and if I played with a fork, that would be nice. Just one fork named Arnie, tapped against the side of the guitar. Okay, now that sounds feeble, but that is exactly what Keith Richards' bones are going to sound like. He doesn't know, but I do. Oh God, I'm going to have some more coffee. Hell, I'm really late. I'll get on with it after this. It just seems to be taking so long. Oh God, I've got the same shirt on as well. You'll have to, if those of you who saw the first show, I've got the same shirt as you realise from this gig, but there's nothing else I can do. The other people haven't seen this shirt, to them it's still comparatively interesting. and the more attention I draw to it, the more inadequate it's going to feel, so you're just going to have to put up with this shirt now for the sake of these other people. Unless you want to slaughter them. There's more of them than there are of you, and I've only got 2 forks there. Okay, here goes this. Here come my baby. She pretty good. She pretty useful. Just like she should. I just sing my song and go why have a hole ding dong yeah why have a hole ding dong why have a hole ding dong yeah why have a hole ding dong buy my baby a piece of cheese dizzy why have Heathrow cheese she'll eat anything that isn't disease dizzy why have Heathrow cheese did you come walking down the roof hey wait slide wait take woof she not heavy, man, and that's the proof. Hey, wait, slap, wait, date, whoop, whoop. She my baby, she alright. Keep me fairly warm at night. Going, why have a hole, ding dong, yeah. Why have a hole, ding dong. Why have a hole, ding dong, yeah. Why have a hole, ding dong. I got a dog with the legs of black. He got an area strapped to his back. He worked by remote control. I sent him down to the water hole. I sent him to get my baby back. Dog come home and he eats some coal. Say, master, she all full of holes. Say, more unusual. Dog say, yeah. Say, never you mind, just bring her here. Do you hear me, bring her here. Do you hear me, bring her here. Do you hear me, bring her here. They got my dog with her legs are black. Gonna get my baby back. come rolling up the creek. Jibber jabber, bathroom squeak. I fill her up, but she start to leak. Jibber jabber, bathroom squeak. Police come with a laser gun. Paper lady blubber in the moonlit sun. They burn my dog and away they run. Paper lady blubber in the moonlit sun. Took my baby off for analysis. They conclude that she got paralysis. Why have a hole ding dong, yeah. Why have a hole ding dong. Why have a hole ding dong, yeah. Why have a hole ding dong. Joe, but love you. Moss suspended on a crane, growing on a cave. That's where I caught your name. This is a specimen of my guitar playing. It's like if I was arrested by the police or stopped on the freeway and he said, "How fast is that guitar?" And I said, "Well, it's travelling the same speed as the car." And he said, "Do you have a license for it?" And I said, "Well, I'm British and you don't need a guitar license in England." So he puts his gun to my head and says, "Say that again." So I get out of the car and I sit on the guitar case with one of those child simulated driving things. And I sit on the guitar case and the cop says, "Okay, go." So I start the guitar, and I zoom up the hard shoulder, and I move onto the main road, and my girlfriend says, "For God's sake, what are you doing? You can't drive that thing on that side of the road here." So she sets after me in the rent-a-car, and the cop says, "Wait a minute, you know, I don't know either of you very well, and now you're driving two vehicles, it's entirely my fault." So we wheel round on him, and we say, "You bet it's your fault, you stupid person in blue with those ill-fitting trousers. You are causing us grief, and this is America, we can do what we want." And our eyes get wider and wider, and the cop goes, "Wait a minute." And he puts his hand on his trousers, and when he takes his fingers away, there's a leather patch, the shape of his hand and his trousers that wasn't there before. And then he tries to adjust one of his teeth, and it comes out, and it's a little candy pink shrimp, and it says, "Eat me," so he eats it. And me and my girlfriend are speeding round and round, faster and faster, both on different sides of the road. It doesn't matter, because it's a vortex that only this cop is in now. He's trapped in, he's eating this pink thing that says "Eat me," but unlike Alice in Wonderland, it doesn't alter to, you know, it doesn't make any difference to his size or anything like that. But it affects our size, and we become much, much bigger. Centrifuge being what it is, and also, you know, the force of the majority. We soon outnumber him enormously. He falls to his knees, and he puts on a Dennis Hopper moustache, an Easy Rider, because he hopes to conceal himself like that. And but it's no good. We don't have any mercy. We take out spatulas, you know, spatulas with the little coffin-shaped groove in the back, and we stand behind him as he gibbers, and we raise and lower the spatula on his shoulders, saying, "Arise, Sir Dennis, arise, for it is your hair that we kiss, O sage one." But we wouldn't really kiss his hair. And we do this back on his shoulders, and he imagines that he's made of crinkle-cut chips, what you call fries, you know, really. And you don't get our British crinkle-cut frozen chips much over here, but we do in Britain, because they're not intended for export. So usually when an American comes over, he says, "What ho! I have enjoyed one of your crinkle-cut fries, oh, Sir Walter Raleigh. These were the very fries enjoyed by William Shakespeare. Lead me to your Winston Churchill, and together we will have crinkle-cut fries." And so this is more or less the state that the cop is in, you know, we're putting him on. And then he turns around with a snarl, and he says, "There are no tourists in Kansas." Ah! Like that, and his head bursts open. This is the bit you're looking forward to. It's most of the budget for this thought was actually spent on this particular bit. But not by me. You're going to have to imagine it, exactly what the exploding head looks like. I'm not going to describe in detail the sort of compressed, steamy feeling, and then the rivulets of gas that come bursting out of the neck one by one, and the curling, there's those serpents that always come out first, you know, and the eyes that spin, and you catch a look at, you know, there's Danny the dog going, looking in amazement, going, "Ooh," and then, you know, Rosa says, down Danny, and so Danny just chews on an imaginary bone, and they turn back to the cop's neck, which is going, and then they cut to Deborah Harry watering a cactus, and then there's no apparent relevance, so they cut back, and then suddenly Debbie Harry comes on and says, no, look at this cactus, and of course she's right, because the cactus is bulging the same way as the policeman's neck. And my girlfriend and I have set our dog Buggo on Danny, and Danny's no match, and pretty soon he's just something, you know, he's crinkle cut beside there. So this is just a warning about what happens if you drive. I'm going to play another one of these. I was going to look and see what it's supposed to be. Most of these are in E.
When they think you're fast asleep, the way their bodies integrate beside your narrow bed, it's never in your consciousness but always in your head. Baby, it might sound dodgy now, but it You gaze at him reclining in formaldehyde trunk. Says, take me for eternity, cover up my eyes, and you're immune to everything except for butterflies. Yeah. Baby, it might sound dodgy now, but it sounds great when you're dead. It sounds great when you're dead. Baby, you're incredible. I think that you're the most. I searched around for anything like you from coast to coast. Your name engraved in diamond is written in my heart. We're at our most together when we're at our most apart. Baby, it might sound dodgy now, but it sounds great when you're dead. Baby, it might sound dodgy now, but baby, let me assure you, it sounds great when you're dead.
I saw a photo of Jimmy Carter yesterday. He was with a man and his wife, not the man's wife, but Jimmy Carter's wife, and their daughter Amy. Amy is an anagram of Yam. And also May. She'd been Vietnamese, she'd probably called May Yam. And then some CIA guy would have said, Mr. President, your daughter is a Vietnamese palindrome. The president would say, well, it's a palindrome. The guy would say, well, it's very simple. It's words which essentially reflect themselves. So the back is a reflection of the front. Speak more plainly, my man, says the president. For I have a copy of Shakespeare in my pocket. He says, you don't, Mr. President. You're sitting on what looks like a pineapple. You couldn't possibly have a book in your pocket because you'd be lopsided. The president stares at him hard. Debbie Harry bursts out of the president's into the advisor's neck, and he wakes up in Stratford-on-Avon in England, surrounded by crinkle-cut chicks who are asking him for an autograph. So he doesn't interfere with what the president's daughter's called, and that's why she was called Amy and not May Yam, or Yam May, in case you wondered why that. That's also why the Carter presidency was comparatively brief. This is another song. It's incredible, isn't it? No matter what happens, it always comes back to these things. I used to say I love you. It wasn't really true. I wanted to believe it, and now I almost do. I used to say I love you. I said it as a threat, or maybe as a promise.
see what I could get. But my heart doesn't ache anymore. No, my heart doesn't break anymore. 'Cause it just couldn't take anymore. And I've lost illusions about you now. I used to say I love you. It wasn't what I meant. What I really meant was, come on in my tent. But you were reluctant, although I was so hot. Now I understand that, but back then I did not. But my heart doesn't dream anymore. No, my heart doesn't weep anymore. 'Cause my heart doesn't feel anymore. And I've lost my illusions about you now. Now if I should see you or call you on the phone, I wonder who's that person I could never call my own. Although I kind of like you, I'll never understand why I got so excited each time that we held hands. But my heart doesn't feel anymore. No, my heart doesn't care anymore. 'Cause my heart isn't there anymore. And I've lost my illusions about you now. Stopping try that too. I hear you're gonna try that too. I hear you're gonna try that too. I wouldn't pay to go to you. I'm getting drunk inside my house again. I watch the cars go back and forth. I watch the cars go back and forth. I watch the cars go back and forth. Sometimes south and sometimes north. I watch the cars. I watch the cars. I watch the cars. I watch the cars. When I was older, I used to see these people in England who were saying how sad it is the Queen's dead. And I cast my mind back to when I was very young, but I couldn't remember what it was like to have seen the Queen. So I asked my middle self, kind of about now, really, poised between stooping infancy and stooping senility, for the Queen was going to live a very long time, what it was like. But I couldn't remember what I'd asked myself. So I said, go to bed for a week, and when you awake, the Queen will be by your bedside, holding a cactus. I said, I think I'd rather have Debbie Harry. So I was lying in bed, and every so often, the Queen's head would burst through my skin and yammer at me. And eventually I had 3 or 4 of them, like that H.G. Wells story, with all yammering heads on the, in this guy in a tent who keeps shaving them off and they keep growing again. But in my case, it was just the Queen. And I thought, well, now where am I? Am I in limbo? And if so, is she dead? And how can I prove she's dead when I myself have no corporeal existence, no tangibility? So I hit myself on the head with a pineapple. The pineapple bled profusely and horribly. I don't know if you've ever seen concussion in a fruit. It was an unpretty sight. All those nice little cushiony squares of slightly lacerating sunset pineapple were replaced by a dull purple bruise, a kind of skyline ache, almost the kind of dysentery at the edge of the world when you try and cut that exquisite feeling that you can stand it no longer into one sunset, and it becomes instead a horrible pulpy swollen fruit by your bedside with the Queen's head bugging out of your body. Not an interesting place either, so you couldn't even freak the nurses out. And your dog is wagging its tail going, raff, 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 I smell the Queen's head. A tough situation, but they said, well, remember your childhood, and back in that childhood, I remember all those, as well as all the yammering fiends in the closet every night, and those things that were hung at the foot of my bed that I used to have to try and build things I can't tell you about away from to stop. There was the Queen. She drove past my window twice. Twice she drove past with her hand going like this. And I thought maybe she had a razor blade attached to the side of it, so she was just chopping up cheese or something in the car. Used the time, you know, and I built myself a nodding Queen that our dog would drive along. And then the bodyguards came and poisoned the dog. So that wasn't much use. So I took the dog's corpse and I ran up back and forth outside Buckingham Palace with this thing nailed to it saying, Queen is evil motherfucker. For some reason it didn't receive the publicity it was meant to. And I don't blame her personally, because she wouldn't even know who I was to bear a grudge. I blame the middlemen, the same people that advised President Carter that his daughter might have been a palindrome. Should, in a parallel universe, he have given her a Vietnamese name. These middle people are what brings us together, but ultimately keeps us apart. So any of you folks becoming a middleman out there, just go and die. And communication is a myth which is only enhanced by those who are paid to try and do it. This, therefore, is about the royal family. It's quite simple. All this stuff is really easy, actually. I'm really glad I wrote most of them in 2 or 3 keys. You know, if I was
If I was older, looking back and saying that was stupid to write them all in. And you can see that this key here is D flat, and it's just uncomfortable in trying to do that. So you very seldom play that. So you hear them in G mostly. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
So regal and serene, how I'd love to say I'd been down the veins of Her Majesty the Queen, tunnel down their beauteous sheen, and tell everyone I'd been. Cellar full of dogs, and all her dogs. Wonder has she any frogs? Oh, has she frogs? Does she ever chop up logs or chop up logs? Oh no, oh no, no, I don't suppose she does. I don't suppose it would all be too much fun. She'd have a private detective with her. Private detective with her. Just making sure no one ever had a Majesty the Queen, someone no one really knows. You might think you know your friends, or you might think, even when they're on a screen, even when on nobody pretends, but nobody, but they really know the Queen, they really know. I'd love to say I'd be somewhere deep inside the veins of Her Majesty the Queen. Beautiful Queen, beautiful Queen. I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. Chicken and conquered half Europe. Napoleon was caught by the British, imprisoned on Elba. He died on the farm. And Chamberlain came crawling from Munich with one piece of paper. He waved at the camera. Peace in our time. Oh, thank you, Herr Hitler. Tell that to the Polish. Tell that to the Jews. You take your babes the bathroom, and then you lead them into the bedroom. Narrowly based for pleasure and profit, correctly applied could bring good results. Cynthia Mask, you're wearing a Cynthia Mask. Cynthia You're dressed as yourself. You walk down the pavement. You smile like a ball. You grin like a melon. The people that pass, they think that they know you. They're too busy thinking to see who you are. I'll reach your lungs like smoke in the orchard, scattered in bushes with vitamin love. I'll wrap your hands in personal signals. Don't come to me later, but come to me now. Cynthia Mask, you're wearing a Cynthia Mask. Cynthia Mask. Cynthia Mask. I know how she feels, but can't say a word because nothing is real in here. Not even her. Disguise yourself as you or another, a brick or a spider, in hunger and silence. The yawning cross, the hill full of pebbles, inside you forever, inside you is all.
How often have you seen a performer on stage, I don't know, Frank Sinatra, Richard Butler, Vice President, the dead Vice President Hubert Humphrey, any number of people, Spyro T. Agnew, John Denver, Mussolini, all of those great figures, great people, Jeff Bridges, Judge Jeffries, Judge Bridges, Bridget Jeffries, Bridget Jeffries 1, Judge Jeffries 4. And all of those people and all of their permutations turn around and drink a glass of water off camera. How many of them have you seen the water just pouring out of the hole in their back? Never happens. Maybe with a few paid-up comedians and people with stunt apparatus, as you can see over here, or the facility with stunt apparatus. But no, hardly anybody. And yet me, I mean, it could so easily happen. It just pop out, could come that water from a hole in my back. Just like that. I mean, it hasn't. Obviously, well, you'd have seen it, you'd be baying for more. You know, go on, Robyn, do some more water. But He's real neat. He had a glass of water halfway through the set. That's what I really like. But no, it hasn't yet. But I guess that's what, you know. It's like people come and they want to come and see. They used to go and see Johnny Thunders to see if he'd OD on stage. Or people are going to come and see me to see if the water will one day burst out between my shoulder blades. Or Debbie Harry.
Who? The gallant poacher.
I think I'll call my leg Andrew. I'd have to put it in plaster. If I ever have another niece, I could call her Andrew if both her parents gave me sole permission to say that's the real danger in show business, you know. You get a bit of adulation, people asking you for autographs, and you go back home and you start expecting to be able to call your niece whenever you like. Your sister's 8 months pregnant and you ring her up at 4 in the morning and say, it's got to be Hitler. Dwayne Antelope Schism Hitler Hitchcock. And it makes it harder at family gatherings because they just know that you're completely unreasonable. And they don't tell you they've had babies, and then one day all their kids break loose and they come and see you because they think you're a special secret. By that time, you're living in an ivy cone somewhere on the coast of Cornwall, and you can't get in or out of it, but someone sends a copy of the World Weekly News by teleportation into your palm each week, and you read it like a scroll. You're okay because you've got some judges' heads up there and they're drooling. I'm not going to tell you about that, it's horrible. Even I would never tell you a story about a judge's head with a big licky tongue. I often dream of trains when I'm alone. I ride on them into another zone. I dream of them constantly, heading for paradise, or Basingstoke, or Reading. I often dream of trains when I'm awake. They ride along beside a frozen lake. There in the buffet car, I wait for eternity, or Basingstoke, or Reading. I often dream of trains till it gets light. The summer turns to winter overnight. Leaves fall so suddenly. The sun sets at 4 o'clock. Exactly what I'm dreading. I often dream of trains when I'm with you. I wonder if you dream about them too. Maybe we'll meet one night out in the corridor. I'm waiting for you, baby.
leaves unfurled. I've never seen a man so abuse his reflection. As the light shines through your Chinese bones. Watching Julian implode, I would hasten to warn her. But around her feet I saw that a serpent was curled. And her eyeballs had rolled up, so her pupils had vanished. And the light shines through your Chinese bones. All the light shines through your Chinese bones. I met an interesting dwarf and I told him the story. As you walk towards the east, then your shadow must rise. Something Shakespeare never said was you got to be kidding. As the light shines through your Chinese bones. All the light shines through your Chinese bones. The line between us is so thin, I might as well be you. And everywhere I've ever been, I know you're going to. As the light shines through your Chinese bones. The light shines through your Chinese bones.
And they cried out one to another, saying, Our guilt shall be sufficient for us to carry us from generation unto generation, until, lo, even the last grain of sand that falls from the hand of God, even the last star that is squeezed from the black sky, even the last drop that falleth from the bottle, even that shall carry our guilt with us into the void. And they cried unto each other, saying, Amen, so be the generations from us damned as the generations that begat us were. For lo, we are an unhappy bunch. And they all said, All right, party, let's go.
was the key to the door. I couldn't figure what to open it for. Margarine and love.
one onto another, saying, "He or she shall find no consolation in the arms of another, but only in the arms of the dead judge." And one of them leaned over and said, "That's a bit stiff, isn't it? You're going to find consolation in the arms of a dead judge. What a living judge." And someone else said, "Well, who wants to sleep with a judge anyway?" And I said, "Well, lots of people for all kinds of motives, not least of all other judges, just for judge bonding. Haven't you ever heard of judge bonding? I'll lend you a book about it." There's no such thing as a book on judge bonding, you termite. Go away and excavate a gourd. Well, next day the termite came back. The termite, his name was Mr. Johnson. Mr. Crabney Johnson, actually. Came back with an empty gourd and with a book on judge bonding, much to our hero's horror, and he had to eat his words. But that was easy because they were invisible, and it was better than having to eat the book on judge bonding, which instead he read on a camping holiday with his wife Ethel in the Orkneys, which was limited because there were no roads and they'd taken an enormous 6-wheel articulated lorry, so they just parked it by the quayside and stayed in the whole place for 2 weeks, reading this book about judge bonding and enjoying cups of tea. Unfortunately, though, there was a slip-up because the man, Mr. Crabney Johnson, who'd given him a book on judge bonding, well, you can guess what's going to happen. It was actually a judge called Judge Bonding, as opposed to a thing about judge bonding. So, it was an interesting story. Judge Bonding had escaped the scuttling of the German fleet in Scapa Flow, which is actually not that far away from where the people were having a holidays, and he'd changed identities and he'd become a transsexual doctor in Perth, which was hard enough in the 1920s. But he then made his way single-handedly down to London, where he invented a rival system of trains called the non-train, which meant you didn't have to queue for it, you wouldn't get on it and you weren't charged. It was a primitive form of stress reducing for pre-war British commuters. And Judge Bonding, I should also say, wasn't a judge. It was like Judge Reinhold. It was his Christian name. And so people would always go sort of, make jokes about him. "Oh, yes, Your Honour," and so on, things like that. And his wife, Dorothy, got really sick of this, and she hanged their next-door neighbours. But fortunately, she was found not guilty because her husband was called Judge Bonding, and they assumed it was a joke, so she wasn't sentenced to death, but she did get 47 years in prison. But she'd only been in prison for 2 years when the raid started, and she was freed by one of Hitler's bombs. Hitler was actually leaning out of... Funny enough, it was an ordinary Luftwaffe raid, except Hitler was in a pram, like they push babies. And he was flying over in this pram with a load of Heinkel 111s, but for some reason there was a pram in front with Hitler in it, and he dropped a bomb which let out Dorothy Bonding from her jail, and she found her husband, Judge, who unfortunately at this stage had run off with a guy called Marcel. Anyway, these people were up there reading it, the man and his wife Ethel were reading about this on their camping holiday, when suddenly he found his wife had died of a stroke and been buried some 6 months ago. And in an appalling fit of tears, he broke down and sang this song. He wasn't a very emotional guy, so this isn't a very emotional song. I mean, to someone with feelings, this would be unbearably poignant, but for the guy who's reading this, it's just a bit of a laugh. Pretty much par for the course. Well, if you have courses, that is all pars. Par is an anagram of rap, incidentally. There's rubber in it.
My wife lies down on the stairs, stares into air, and knows she's there. I'm making coffee for two, just me and you, coffee for two. But I come back in with coffee for three, coffee for three. Sits in a chair, peeling a pear, and knows she's there. She wanders off to the bed, shaking her head. Daddy, she said, you know I don't take sugar. Dead wife, am I the only one? anybody see her at all. No, 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 no. My wife lies down on the stairs. She's peeling her hairs. No, she's there. 'Cause I'm drilling holes in the wall. Little holes in the wall. I turn round and my dead wife's upstairs. She's still wearing flares. She talks out loud, but no one hears. My wife and my dead wife. I'm the only one that sees her. My wife and my dead wife. Doesn't anybody see her at all? No, 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 no. I can't decide which one I love the most. The flesh and blood or the pale smiling ghost. My wife lies down on the beach. She's sucking her peach. She's out of reach of the waves that crash on the sand where my dead wife stands holding my hand. Now my wife can't swim, but neither could she. Deep in the sea, she's waiting for me. She's waiting for me. Yeah, she's waiting. Oh, I'm such a lucky guy. 'Cause I got you, baby, and I'll never be lonely. My wife and my dead wife. Am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife. Doesn't anybody see her at all? I'll leave you with this. It's a happy end. One that I've never written myself. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Yes, I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Oh, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. And she's staring through a crack in the sky. Yeah, she's staring from the top of the stairs. Well, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Oh, I thought I knew all about everything, but I was wrong. I thought I knew all about everything. Thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Oh, I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Oh, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. She's in love with a wonderful guy. Oh, she's in love with a wonderful guy. Well, I hope she's in love with him. I think she's in love with him. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. I'm a charming and dangerous guy. Yes, I'm a charming and dangerous guy. If you don't expect too much, it's alright. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Yes, I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Oh, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Now we're going through a hole in the sky. Yeah, we're going through a hole in the sky. Oh, we'll be up there for the longest while, 'cause I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Yes, I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Well,
Which eye should I pour it? He poured himself an eye full of water. An eye for a glass.
Yeah, the groundhog dropping.
Oh man, that was a crab. It was a marshmallow and toffee crab. It was originally eaten by the Grateful Dead in 1970. How did my guitar get up? Dropped it on the floor.
Liked it.
Oh right,
Maybe lemonade.
Size of a walnut.
Yeah, insect mother.
Autumn is your last chance.
Yeah, with that.
It's winter.
Executioner of octopus.
You're doing this by association.
Louis, that's quite nice.
More palindromes.
Oh, God.
Julian coat.
Not love.
Julian Coat. I thought I saw Julian Coat. But it was me instead. I thought I saw Julian Coat, but it was me, and I was dead. How come the best are always the last? Why is it so fast? Why is it overcast in a sea of gold? Chain Mary to the bed, and chain Mary to my head. All of your sins look bigger in the darkness. Don't turn out the lights. Oh, let me stare forever at the picture that you made. I thought I saw Julian Coat, but it was me instead.
Yeah. I'm meant to tune the guitar, actually.
What your love has done to me, right from my skin down to my bones. September comes. September comes, the horses tramp beneath the tree. Their breath is mist, it seems to me. There's solid ghosts, each one alone. September comes. September comes. The phone box glows beside the sea. There's no one there but you and me. September comes. September comes. And when she's lonely, she just gazes in the glass. And when she's lonely, she just counts the blades of grass. The glider crashed into the hill where your time stopped. My time stood still, and overhead a bomber drones. September comes. September comes. I dreamt that I went up onto a hill, and there, stretching in the twilight, for as far as I could see, were row upon row of old red telephone boxes, the kind you see mostly now out in LA. And in between each of those telephone boxes, why, there was a shining orange cone, just like the ones the police leave when there's been an accident. But this was no accident. Every one of those phone boxes had its door open, and in every one of those doors, a smiling face beckoned, and a hand held a receiver towards me. And I could hear 1,000 aircraft down the receiver, all of them humming in slightly different keys. A chorale so beautiful that to hear it in real life would be to die. Here comes a boy. He's looking pale. He's growing horns. He's growing a tail. He needs a love to call his own. September comes. September comes. Good night. Sleep well.